Minister, you mentioned the industrial inquiry that's underway. Prior to that, there was an expert, two experts wrote a report on what was going on in West Coast ports, and they concluded that both sides were engaged in surface bargaining. They weren't actually dealing with the issues at hand because they assumed you would step in. Certainly the unions in Montreal and Vancouver have said that their employers want you to step in and that they're not negotiating to force you to do that. Are you concerned you're being used in this?
Except they are negotiating. In the case of these three disputes, we have over 2 years on average worth of negotiations to point to. Mediators spend days and days and weeks with these parties. Offers are tabled. It is not for me to determine the terms of any collective agreement. I am merely cheering for an agreement. But the fact is that employers and employees sit down for marathon bargaining sessions. And unfortunately, in these cases, they've gone nowhere. So as the economic losses threaten the country and begin to mount, it is up to the government to ensure that a fair settlement's reached. Arbitration leads to fair settlements, maybe not as durable as those that are reached at the bargaining table, and that we can get on with the economic life of this country and avoid layoffs and other carnage in many of our commercial sectors and for workers and their families.
But you stepped in, you're stepping in here, you had to step in the railway dispute, WestJet last year. I think you came very close to having to step in with the other Port of Vancouver strike. Are you just concerned that even though they're negotiating, they're sitting at the table, they're not actually bargaining, they're not changing their positions?
Concluded deals too. We concluded deals with the Air Canada pilots in the grain terminals on the West Coast, and Prince Rupert just ratified. We concluded deals with the Videotron workers that had gone on for a great many months. So deals are getting reached at the bargaining table. Deals are getting reached even in the logistics and transportation sector. But no deal, according to the experts who are accompanying these parties, is possible in the short or medium term. In the present circumstance. So when Canada's economy, Canadians' health is threatened, any responsible government has to step in.